Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed. I am senior software engineer. In this particular video tutorial, I will be talking about how to export PostgreSQL table to CSV file using SSIS. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is how to export PostgreSQL table to CSV file using SSIS. SSIS is an ETL tool that can be used to export data from different OLEDB sources, including PostgreSQL. We will be installing the OLEDB drivers for PostgreSQL first. Those will be used to connect to PostgreSQL server using the SSIS. So if you look at the picture below, so you need to download this PGNP PostgreSQL trial version on your SQL server. So this is the OLEDB driver for PostgreSQL that you will be installing first before proceeding with the example. In this video tutorial, I will be exporting data from a PostgreSQL table named public.mydata, which exists on the WorkDB database at PostgreSQL server to a CSV file. So the CSV file will contain the header information, and we will be using the comma as a column delimiter for the CSV file being generated by this process, and we will be using the double quotes as the text qualifier for the file. So let's jump to the demo. This is my PostgreSQL server pgadmin4 tool that you will be going to use to see the data in the table. So right now at my Postgres server, we have two databases, WorkDB and Postgres. So let's expand the WorkDB database that contains the table that we want to export, and now expand the schemas, and now expand the tables. So under tables there are two tables, my data and person. So we will be exporting data from my data table. So let's see data in the my data table. Right click on the my data, and then under view data select view all rows. So you can see the data in this particular table right now. So you can see these are the records like ID, first name, last name, gender and company name. Okay, so we will be exporting data from this table. Okay, as I already said, you need to install the OLEDB drivers for the PostgreSQL to your machine if you have already not installed them. So go to this particular link. I will share the link of this particular URL in the description of the video. So you simply need to click on this download link, and it will download an exe file, and you just simply need to double click on it, and then you can simply install that particular exe file. And once you have done that, then you can go to the SQL Server Data Tools. Right now I am using SQL Server Data Tools 2013 to create the SSIS package. So as we are going to read data from a PostgreSQL server table, and we are going to export it to a file system as a CSV file, so we will be using a data flow task. So just drag and drop the data flow task into the control flow window and double click data flow task to configure it. So we will be exporting data to a CSV file on the file system. So we will be exporting data to this location, CSV files, and we will create a new CSV file at this particular location. Okay, so now simply drag and drop the OLEDB source which can read data from the PostgreSQL server table, and configure the OLEDB source. Click new and make a new connection to the PostgreSQL. So under the provider, you need to click on choose this particular thing, IntelliSoft OLEDB provider for PostgreSQL. Once you have installed the OLEDB provider for PostgreSQL, so you can see this particular drivers here. So just choose this particular one, OLEDB provider for PostgreSQL. Click OK, and now you need to give the name of the PostgreSQL. So in my case it is localhost, and then we need to choose the user that has permissions on the PostgreSQL. So my username is Postgres, and I'm going to type my password now. And if you click on the initial catalog, so you can see two databases here. So our database name is WorkDB that contains the table my data that we are going to export from. Click test connection. Test connection is successful. Click OK. Okay, and now from name the table or view, you can simply select my data, and if you preview data, so you can see data is available here. So we can export data from here. Click close, and then you can see the list of available columns here. Click OK, and now we have configured the OLEDB source that can read data from PostgreSQL server table, and now we just need to write it to a CSV file. So we will be going to use the flat file destination to write data to CSV file. Now connect the OLEDB source with the flat file destination. Double click flat file destination to configure it. Click new, and leave the delimiter selected. Click OK, and now we can name the flat file connection as CSV file, and now we can browse the CSV file. So let's create raw flat file here, I mean empty flat file here, which name can be my data from PostgreSQL, and we can maybe make it as a type of CSV. So this is the file that we are going to write data to, my data from PostgreSQL. Now select all files, and then you can select my data from PostgreSQL, which is right now empty. Click open, and now tick this button, column names in the first data row, so it will write the header information in the destination CSV file. And under the text qualifier we can put as double quotes, so a column value will be surrounded by the double quotes. Now you can simply see the list of available columns that is going to be written to. Click OK, and now go to the mappings. So you can see the columns, input columns have been mapped with the destination column. So if one of the columns is not mapped, then you can map them manually as well, or maybe you can ignore the data from a particular column. So in this particular case we need to read data from all input columns and need to write it to all destination column. Simply click OK. So now we have successfully configured the SSIS package, which can read data from a PostgreSQL server table and can export it to a CSV file. So click start. So as you can see, it has read 100 records from the PostgreSQL server table, and it has written 100 records to the CSV file. So if you go to the file system, and you can see that my data from PostgreSQL has some data in it, as the size has increased from 0 KB to 5 KB. So you can simply open the data in any text editor. I'm opening is in TextPad. So you can see that we have data for all the records from PostgreSQL to CSV file. So guys, this is how we can export data from PostgreSQL to CSV file using the SSIS. Thanks guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button and do subscribe to our channel to see more videos on SSIS and other related technologies. And if you have any questions, then you can comment on the video and maybe you can email to me. Thank you so much.